Hey Sag, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tawana Antoinette. Today we're going to do a mid-monthly reading that can resonate for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node placements. I will be starting with the Work Your Light Oracle deck. All the decks that I'm using in this reading will be linked in the description if you're a reader and you'd like to purchase them for your own practice. Let's start. Great. What's going on with Sagittarius in the last 2 weeks of June? Messages for Sagittarius in the last 2 weeks of June. Messages for Sagittarius in the last 2 weeks of June. What are the messages for Sagittarius in the last 2 weeks of June, please? Even though we did the monthly reading, we just want to see what's going on. We want to see. Also, I wanted to do readings because I feel like I told you that I promised you guys one monthly reading, but I felt like I wanted to do readings because I'm in a pretty good space lately and in pretty high vibes. So yeah, the card that came out is the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Love that. And I feel like maybe this reading will resonate for me too because my North Node is in Sagittarius, possibly. So let's see, the Great Gathering. The Great Gathering. You are being called to let your intuition move you physically. You are connected to a group of souls who are weaving a web around the planet, and as you travel and share your creations, something is rethreaded. This card is an acknowledgement that you are either being called to connect with others who are like you at a soul level, or that you already are. You are being called to gather groups of people, either by leading them or becoming part of a group that can support you and your soul's personal mission. You are part of a group of souls who agreed to be here at this time in history to heal yourself, your ancestral line, and the planet. To raise consciousness so that we can continue to call this magnificent place home for eras to come. One of many consciously choosing to devote your life to something greater than yourself. It's time to call in your tribe by sharing your soul's voice and letting yourself be seen. When you share what is real and true to you, and you share the medicine that you most need, those who are like you will gather around you. You are your tribe. They are just like you. And just as long as... What is going on with me? Mercury retrograde. Let's blame it on that. And just as you are longing and searching for them, they are longing and searching for you too. Repeat this incantation to activate your heart chakra. I choose now to let myself be seen. I am ready to call in my soul tribe and create a web of light all over the planet. That's really, really interesting because I've been thinking about this a lot, and I've been thinking about how, and I think I tweeted this on my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up with me there. But I've been saying as the world reopens, there are lots more things that we're called to be a part of. There's a certain level of visibility that we assume that we must have because we feel this false pressure, this false sense of proving what we've been up to, what we've accomplished, what we've been doing in this period of isolation that we've had in the past year and so. And I invited everybody to remember to check in with your boundaries and check in with your body, because you're going to have to maintain strong boundaries to maintain the life that you have curated for yourself over the past year and some. And also, you're going to have to check in with your body to see the people who you're interacting with and how your energies are kind of coming together, and seeing if you want to continue some interactions or if you want to stay away from some interactions. But your body and your nervous system tells you, and your intuition tells you a lot about that. So pay attention to that. That may be something that you're dealing with in the last 2 weeks of June. Finding your soul tribe and recognizing different groups of people and categorizing different groups of people in your life, because obviously we all have different types of connections, and everybody's not our friend, and everybody's not a soul like friend or a part of our soul family. So you just have to know who people are and navigate the terrain based on that. And I feel like that's kind of the energy that I feel like you're in the last 2 weeks of June. Figuring out who is soul nourishing, like what are the soul nourishing connections that I have? Who are the people who I can be 100% me with at all times, and they still accept me in the fullness of my human like being. So in my humanness, in my humanity. And so yeah, you'll figure out who's soul family, who's not. And that doesn't mean that if somebody isn't your soul family, then they don't like deserve to be around or deserve to hear you or for you to share with them or whatever. But it just means that you know who you're dealing with and you know the extent to which that relationship can evolve. So let's jump into the tarot. Spirit, Sagittarius card at the bottom. Sagittarius, come through. All right, Spirit, what are the messages for Sagittarius, please? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node placements in the last 2 weeks of June. How will they be feeling? How will Sagittarius be feeling in the last 2 weeks of June? Show me Sagittarius in the last 2 weeks of June. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles, we have the Death card, and we have the Empress. Clarify the Death card. All right, Sagittarius. Looks like you and a relationship, or a relationship is ending with you and someone else, or it is being significantly transformed. There could possibly be a rebirth happening in that the relationship is transforming into something else, or the relationship is ending entirely. Clarify the Death card. Clarify the Death card for Sagittarius. Earth sign energy is here, pretty high, so you may be dealing with a Taurus because the Empress is here. Libra of significance is also here. Scorpio of significance is also here. We have the King of Cups. All right, so there's a transformation on your feelings. Okay, so have you developed feelings for somebody, or they have developed feelings for you? I feel like something has been slow, like your feelings have been like a slow build in a situation, and it's almost like you know that energy of you didn't like somebody in the beginning, but like with time and with them growing on you, you've grown to love them. That's the kind of energy I feel like you have. Feelings that are developing, transforming for a person around you. I don't feel like you have shared those feelings yet. King of Cups is here. The King of Cups doesn't really share his feelings, but they're there, and there are a lot of feelings. Tell me more about the Death card. Tell me more about the Death card. Clarify Death. Oh, okay. So the Death is clarified by the Ace of Swords even further, and also clarified by the Devil. So you're ready to speak. You're ready to share your truth on your feelings about someone. You're ready to speak a specific truth. I think it's related to how you feel. You want to speak about how you feel in regards to another person. But for some reason, I feel like it's almost like you feel like you have to. Almost like you feel tied to this person or this situation. Like maybe an energetic pull to this person. It's almost like you can't escape these feelings that you're feeling. Yeah, I feel like someone here feels like they can't escape this person or their feelings about this person, even if they didn't want to feel it in the first place. They're like, you know what? These are just my feelings. I just have to accept them, and I have to tell them. I have to just share it because this is just how I feel. Clarify the Empress. This could be you, Sagittarius, or this could be how somebody feels about you. So flip it, reverse it if you need to. Clarify the Empress. Clarify the Empress, please. Empress is clarified by the Two of Swords. Clarify the King of Pentacles. Clarify this King of Pentacles. All right, this is you, Sagittarius. You're the King of Pentacles here. Because the Knight of Wands just came out as a clarifier. Tell me more about this King of Pentacles. Tell me more about this King of Pentacles. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles. All right, you don't want to talk. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles, please. All right, only one card came out, and it's a Ten of Wands. Sagittarius. Sagey. All right, let's start with the good. I feel like you're in a very stable energy right now. If you were previously like up and down, in and out with somebody, I feel like you're definitely like very stable. Like you're able to be grounded in your feelings, recognize what those feelings are. Which makes me feel like this is you having these feelings and not somebody having these feelings about you. But if you've been, let's just say you've been like reluctant to embrace your feelings, or you've been high and low, in and out, up and down. You don't know how you feel about this person. You don't know, like there's no groundedness. I feel like you are now in a very grounded, stable energy. Maybe you were coming up as in and out, or like being unsure about a relationship or unsure about a person before. I feel like that's ending. I feel like there's no, it's almost like you cannot take the burden of keeping your feelings to yourself for much longer. Like it's almost like you've had enough with this in and out inconsistency. Like you're more stable now, and because you're more stable, you want to express that, and you want to, I just feel like this is like somebody who's like, I wasn't ready, but I'm ready now. Like I wasn't ready. I had some more fun to do. Like I had some more fun to have, but I'm ready now. Like I'm ready to tell you now. Like I want to tell you now. I don't want to keep this to myself anymore. I have a truth to share with you. I have something to say, Now you're dealing with another energy who's coming up as the Empress, which is clarified by the Two of Swords. So maybe the last 2 weeks of June, what's happening is you're telling this person a truth, And this almost feels so unexpected. At the bottom of the deck, we have a star. This person is focusing on themselves so much. They're coming up as Empress energy. So maybe they're like a business owner, building a business, trying to like manifest different ideas, juggling different like things, ways to make money and things like that. This person is a boss energy. This is like all of the queens combined. So this person is completely self-focused right now. And nothing is wrong with that. But it's almost like because they weren't expecting, if you have a truth to share with somebody in the last 2 weeks of June, they're going to be caught off guard. They're not expecting it. They don't know what to do. They don't know. They're receiving the information, but it's leaving them in a place of confusion because they're like, okay, like, what do I do with this information now that I have it? Let me get some more on this Empress. Star again. Let me get some more information on this Empress. Tell me more about this Empress. Tell me more about this Empress. Queen of Cups. So this person definitely has feelings for you too. Tell me more about this Empress. Tell me more about this Empress. All right, so this person has feelings for you too, right? I recognize that they have feelings for you too, but I feel like this person has been betrayed before in the past and they're not trying to let some shit happen again that's similar to bringing them in any experience that they could feel this again. And so because of that, they're unsure of you. They're not sure if they can trust you, or they're not sure if they can be open to you. And maybe it's not even a you thing if you haven't done anything to them personally. Maybe it's not even a you thing. Maybe it's like a wounding that they have that they need to heal on their own. If you have like past history with this person and it hasn't always been a great connection, I feel like they recognize your patterns and they're like, can I really trust Sagittarius now to like, you know, like, yeah, they're telling me all this stuff, but can I really trust this connection? Can I trust them as a person with my feelings, with my heart? Like, I've experienced some shit before, which this is normal because nobody gets in Empress energy without experiencing heartache and turmoil and transmuting that and alchemizing that. But also, like, they don't want to go there again. And that's perfectly understandable. We have the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So they're waiting. They're waiting for their ships to come in, and they're waiting for better, and they're waiting for experiences that don't bring them disappointment anymore. All right, so they're gonna be judging you hard. Like if you're talking to somebody and expressing some kind of feelings that you've had for them or whatever, the person who's receiving that information in the last 2 weeks of June will definitely be evaluating you hard. Tell me more. What are the other messages for Sagittarius? Other messages for Sagittarius in June. In the last 2 weeks of June, what else is happening for Sagittarius? What else is happening for Sagittarius in the last 2 weeks of June? Wheel of Fortune. The situation is changing between you and somebody else. What's happening? Tell me what else is happening in the last 2 weeks of June for Sagittarius. Temperance, that's your card. Something is balancing out. Your angels and your ancestors are helping you. All right, so a previous abandonment. All right, so this makes perfect sense. You and this person, maybe this is somebody who you have abandoned or they have abandoned you. I feel like you guys trigger abandonment in each other, and so this feeling of distrust is a natural feeling for whoever is receiving this message. In the last 2 weeks, they don't trust you or you don't trust them because there's been some abandonment that has happened. Somebody left somebody else, somebody exiled somebody else from their life, somebody iced out somebody else, and as a result of that, yeah, it created a different dynamic between you guys. And like it's almost like, you know, that when the trust is broken, it's really hard to like come back from that. But anyway, I feel like this situation is leveling out. It's probably been a situation that has been ongoing for a while. Because when the temperance comes out for me, I know that something has definitely needed balance. It's been happening for a period of time because both energies need to balance themselves out to be able to have a cohesive connection with each other. So this doesn't have to be romantic either. This could be a friend. This could be a friend who you need to tell a truth to. This could be a mother figure that you need to tell a truth to, that you've had like feelings about something that has happened between you both and it hasn't been discussed, and in the last 2 weeks of June it's coming into your awareness that it needs to be. All right, so let's get some advice for you, Sagittarius, because this reading is getting long. I'm not trying to do a long reading. Every time I say I'm not trying to do a long reading, I do one anyway, because I just need to clarify and figure out what exactly is going on with you guys. So let's get some self-care advice. Guys, if you feel called to book a personal reading with me, remember the link is down below. What is the advice, what's the self-care advice for Sag in the last 2 weeks of June? Self-care advice for Sagittarius. These cards are so big, I have to like mentally prepare myself when I'm shuffling them. What's the self-care advice for Sagittarius in the last 2 weeks of June? I love them though. It's like a practical deck that you can use to divine for whatever self-care you need in a specific moment that will align you and get you in like connection with your higher self. What's the self-care advice for Sagittarius in the last 2 weeks of June? I also think I linked this in the description, this deck. Self-care advice. All right. You got 2 cards. You got the music card. So the advice here is to make sure that you're listening to music. And I just got this message. Make sure you're paying attention to the things that you're listening to on a daily basis. Like if you get up in the morning and you're listening to like gang, 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 you know, like I'm going to shoot you in your face. Like that's the energy that you are, it's unconsciously putting you in that kind of energy. And I'm not saying that we don't listen to that. Like I love a gang, I'm gonna shoot you in the face sometimes, but also like I'm very mindful of the things that I listen to in the morning specifically. And when I feel a certain kind of way, when I'm dealing with certain kind of things, I don't really listen to certain kind of music because I know that it will trigger me and put me in a space that I don't want to be in mentally. So just be prepared and just key in on what you're listening to daily. I feel like a lot of like if you listen to some calming stuff, it will bring you healing and peace in a way that very few other things can. And then the next card that came out was that validated that for me is energy work. The music that you're listening to is actually tuning the frequency of your body and your energy. So make sure you are paying attention to what you're putting in your mind. But do some energy work. If you can do chakra meditation, that would be great. There are tons of meditations here on YouTube. One that I will recommend is the Wim Hof meditation or breathing techniques. I've been doing that in the mornings and I really recommend it. I may not be pronouncing that man's name correctly. I think it's Wim Hof, but if you search it on YouTube, you'll be able to find it. So Sagittarius, I hope this reading helped you. If it did, remember to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel so you know when new readings are out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.